Got Happy Friday. How do I sponsor LB? You send Cam Mariah a message and we talk about it, Mitch.
I got everything?
I don't know. Do you got everything?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, today we are sponsored by Mountain Dew Baja Point Break Punch. That's what we're sponsored by today.
And Raid Shadow Legends.
That one they probably would give to us. Hello, everybody.
Good
How do I
morning.
sponsor LB? The last time that LB had a sponsor in the early days, I had a 3-minute conversation with Sub, and I was like, yeah, sure. That's about it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, Mitch, if you want your Twitter that you're very adamant about advertising to be advertised on the show, just let me know. I'll do it. I don't care. Do we have a Streamlabs or something? I assume that means for, like, donations. We don't. I don't think that we deserve your money, but thank you for your support. We sold some playmats last year.
Yeah,
And
we'll
that
be
was-
selling some playmats.
That was cool. But I
Maybe-
feel weird about taking people's
Maybe
money.
playmats. We've been talking. We're
That's true.
talking.
We will do merch
There's
again
merch
in the future.
in the future. Yeah.
If you guys have seen us at Ascent Toronto wearing some fresh new Lineage Break merch, you know, we're
What up, Break Nation?
we're looking into it. What up, Break Nation?
Yeah. There's
Hope you're all doing well.
there's some stuff in the pipeline.
We always want you guys to have an avenue to like represent the show or like
Right.
support us if you want to. I just like personally feel really weird about taking your money, and I think Steve is on the same wavelength. So we feel weird about taking your money, so we try not to take your money. Yeah, I do appreciate it. So I feel equally weird about taking away the opportunity for something that people want to do, but I do feel strange about taking
Yeah.
this money.
However, I do appreciate that point.
We are dedicating some amount of our time, but you should see the show notes for Lineage Break. They don't exist. They're all just made up on the fly. Steve and I were driving to our lovely studio today, and Steve was like, "Hey, what are we talking about today?" And I was like, "I don't know, something. I don't know."
We
So like
you know.
we just make it up as we go. So we're just here to hang out with you guys, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us, etc., etc. So is that Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka? That's what that's from.
Yes.
Etc. Etc.
The best Willy Wonka?
Oh yeah, we can stand Gene Wilder, right? He's not like canceled or something.
Never.
No, it's just the other one who was canceled and then uncanceled. Right?
Wait, which one?
Johnny Depp. The other Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Shout out Johnny
but he's
Depp, but
like
not actually.
he's like
Shout out Johnny
he's
Depp.
like the worst Willy Wonka.
Oh, I do like Timothy Chalamet, but
I
I haven't watched the new movie.
Oh, you
so.
do. We got to watch it. It's so good.
But I do like that.
I'm a big Timothy
Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet. I love that man.
He's a cutie, man.
He's definitely,
What a cutie.
a looker. I'm into it. You seen that Dune movie?
Yeah, I have.
Actually,
it's really good.
I haven't only watched the first one.
I remember going to see Dune 2 in theaters. It was the day before we left for Vegas, I think.
That's funny.
It was like, all right, I got to get some last minute packing done, and then I went to go see Dune 2 instead.
Anyone hear about the Main Deck Webcam League? Free to join with participating prizing.
Is that run by one Main Deck Dan?
I know
that guy is the worst. So you don't want to do anything that he's involved in. I'm kidding, of course. I really, I don't think Poro's here yet. I really have to be careful about what I say
because you're gonna get clipped.
I'm gonna get clipped out of context.
Yeah,
that's why I love you, Dan. You're the best. Can't wait to see you, hopefully in Santa Clara. What was I doing? Yeah, all right. I'll pull up the news dish.
Yeah, there's stuff.
We're gonna have a show today. This is your favorite kind of show, or
it's the ramble kind.
It's maybe our favorite kind of show where we just we sit around and we talk about nothing. So that's our plan. We're going to sit around and talk about nothing. We have a little bit of Path of Silver stuff to talk about as the new promos came out. So we're going to talk about those a little bit. I've been having a personal Path of Silver journey this week with the help of some knowledgeable friends. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. I feel like on this show especially, but like in Grand Archive in general, I think that the like collector stuff does not get enough air time.
Yeah.
So I figure we'll spend a little bit talking about collecty stuff, but not from the eyes of, like June or any of these giga omega whales.
Yeah, we're a bottom floor.
Yeah, right. Like we're the
maybe
the krill at the bottom of the ocean.
Maybe
they get eaten by the whales.
Maybe I'm definitely a krill. I don't own a single CSR to my name.
That's true. That's crazy.
I don't own a single CSR. So every time I don't open one and I get upset, so I don't own any.
But you have owned them. You just sell them every time.
Yeah, because they're always not the one I want.
Well, if you want the one that you want, you buy it.
I can't afford it.
Dinero.
And then the ones I open are never worth the ones I want.
Listen, you gotta shoot smaller. You gotta not expensive champion cards.
They're all expensive.
This is the one I want. You think I can buy this? No.
Well, you can't even use that one.
Yeah, I don't actually want it. I'll save that the whole bit for the show, so we don't rehash it. But
yeah, see, Tex knows. Tex is what's up. He's got that Allen.
Yeah, Tex opened an RE2A and sold it though, so he's just like general cuck.
Yeah, I've never opened a champion.
Yeah,
I've opened the Deer,
once.
and I've opened a Star Day, and I've opened the Beaver.
Yep, she's a rabbit.
No, you can't do this to me. You can't gaslight me like this. And
you can't do this to me.
Cam has, since that card has come out, Cam has told me every time I'm like, it's a rabbit, he's like, no, it's a beaver.
I told the developers the day that it came out that it was a beaver. I was like, where's the beaver girl? And they were like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, the one that looks like a beaver. They're like, Cam, that's a rabbit. You fucking stupid.
So now he's gaslighting me the other way.
Right. Yeah. That's we go to cyclical, right?
But yeah. That's it. Just those three.
Yeah, I've opened a couple. I'm a whale, though. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm a dolphin. I'm not a whale. I don't buy enough to be a whale, but I'm a dolphin.
Yeah. Someday I'll have enough money to have a nice CSR lineage.
You just have to make unreasonably bad decisions and terrible sacrifices.
I do that all of the time.
Well, just do it more. Just in the in the direction of buying cards you don't need. That's what I do. I just make terrible decisions. People are like, "How do you afford these?" And I'm like, "I don't. I just make bad decisions repeatedly."
Fair.
And you can do that too. That's what today's show is going to be about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about one of our favorite locals and how unhinged he has been in the last 12 hours.
That is true. He likes number go up, and I feel you. I do want to talk about the experience because the experience has been pretty fun, and I can imagine the experience in person as well, also being fun, but way more time consuming. Might spring for a case of Haven, just for the fun of it, to open those sick Dow chain CSRs.
Heavy Nights, right?
Heavy Nights.
That's the real title of the next set. It's Heavy Nights.
We can't double down on that one because nobody even understands.
But it's funny.
It's stupid.
It's funny.
That guy, he's stupid.
Yeah, but he's also funny.
I'm gonna clip that one, send it to you, and his ego will never be the same.
I forgot to post it in that
great
chat.
I was going to do that. You're a silly boy. All right, yeah, well, thank you guys for watching. Sorry we're a little bit late today. I'm just really out of it today. It was really hard to get
this shirt is a
how
we're
not today.
Not today.
We're not going to get too
professional.
No, we're definitely not going to get professional, but we're not going to get political. It's a tough week here in America for the right-minded. That sounds strange. For the people who are in their right mind, it's a tough week to be an American. 'cause I'm proud to be. Yeah, you know.
I wouldn't even have brought it up.
Yeah, you know. I mean, like, we're an honest show. We're not hiding anything from you. So, but Steve and I live in Massachusetts, so we're in a nice little bubble up here, which is nice.
Unfortunately, we also live in a bubble in a bubble.
Yeah, but you know.
Yee. Ooh.
But yeah, sorry we're late. We'll do some rambling, and then we'll do some more rambling. No, that's about it. All right, Steven, you ready to, I don't know, like, do the show or something? Ready to do the, show?
I'm ready.
Do you like shows?
I do. You know what show you guys should watch?
Yeah, true.
Go on YouTube, type in Superhuman, and give him your support because he deserves it.
It's two M's, right?
It's 2 M's. Super
Humman.
Yeah. He's a great guy. He jumps through shit for your entertainment.
We need to start.
Whoop whoop. Fuck this shit.
If you support Lineage Break and you support our stupid jokes, when you go and look up Superhuman, as I'm sure you all will, make sure to leave a comment
and say
that Lineage Break.
Yeah, Lineage Break came. Break Nation for life.
Because we refuse to authentically reach out to that man because like I don't actually think I want him on the show.
Correct.
He seems a little unhinged, but I do like forwarding the joke, and we do love his content. So
yeah.
I
have watched mostly almost every one of his videos.
When was the last time you looked up Superhuman? Has he been putting stuff out? Is he like still not dead?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Shoe Nice, like where I feel like every time I watch a video, I think he's going to die.
So.
Shout out to Shoe Nice.
Shout out to Shoe Nice. A name so nice. I don't know where I'm going with that one. We should just send Shoe Nice some Grand Archive cards.
And he'll eat them.
He'll eat them.
I think that man is like has to be retired. He's been doing that for
he's on TikTok, dude.
20 years.
He's on TikTok.
Is he still eating stuff though?
No, it's just like slamming Red Bulls. And
he's like
shit.
probably just like not actually killing himself.
I don't think he's like drinking.
He's probably not drinking liters of vodka anymore,
or like handles of 151.
Yeah, it's like you'll die. So
I'm surprised he hasn't, but
some people are just built correct.
That's not correct. You should not be able to abuse your body as much as that man has, and not have.
He has a superpower.
I guess so.
I wish I had that superpower. I mean, like I wouldn't use it, but like it'd be nice to have. In case you need to drink an entire handle.
It's like, drink this handle or you're dead.
Yeah, it's like, I can. I will.
I won't pass out for the next 15 minutes.
Right. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, let's... Ooh.
I wish I had that superpower.
It's all a hoax. That's what I've heard.
I heard it was also a hoax.
I don't know.
But I don't know
what's happening. I don't follow anything on the internet.
But I wish I had that power. I wish I could lose like...
I don't
100 pounds in,
Those sound kind of based, huh?
What?
Being able to drop that amount of weight in allegedly the time that he did.
Yeah. I mean, like, actors do it all the time, right?
That's true. Well, some actors do it all the time.
Like Jonah Hill.
And it's like, well, like, he had like a transformation, right? But it was like over a period of time. I'm talking about like when fucking Rob McElhenney put on 60 pounds for a season of Sunny and then lost it all.
For a joke.
Yeah, like that's the thing that blows my mind. It's like in the span of 8 weeks, you gained 60 pounds and then lost it. It's like, how do you do that? It's insane. It's insane.
No fucking way.
That's not real.
There's no way.
There's no way they gave that guy a movie. I don't believe you. It must be a different guy.
Tex, send it to the group chat. We got to see it.
We will be seated for the Superhuman movie. How many things can he jump through?
I will dedicate if we're talking like real movie like in theaters.
Yeah, no way.
I will dedicate the rest of time until that movie comes out, advertising it on all of my socials.
You guys can unfollow Steve right now.
It'll be Grand Archive, the Gundam game. Superhuman
mostly
movie?
Superhuman movie, yeah. Mostly. Here we do a show about Grand Archive. It's a trading card game. That's what we're gonna do, I think. The Adventures of Superhuman, the movie. It's like surely just a YouTube video, right? Like, there's no way it's actually a movie. It's like an indie film. Has an IMDb page.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a screenshot from IMDb.
Yeah. That's fair. But like, cursed YouTube movies have IMDb pages as well, right?
Is that true?
I think so. Yeah, the big ones. So I guess he's like kind of a big deal in the world of YouTube movies. What are we doing, Steven? We gotta start the show. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start the show right now. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out. If you're here for the live show, usually we don't really address chat while we're doing the show. For the people that watch it on YouTube afterwards, but we will stick around after the show, hang out. So if you guys have any questions for us, let us know at the end of the show. Or like, if it's a good question you post in the middle of the show, we will talk about it, but we try not to. For the good of the YouTube viewer, the video on demand YouTube viewer, I'm so used to live streaming and videos being separate platforms, but we do everything here on YouTube because we love Google. It's either Google or Amazon.
Right.
Choose
I'd rather give my money to Google, right?
I don't know. Who owns Amazon?
Bezos? Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't see Jeff Bezos posting ever, though.
Yeah, you know what? He's probably all right.
Like, he's not, right? He's obviously like a turbo billionaire, and none of those people are okay. But like, he's not Elon. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't have to hear about him all the time, and that's like kind of nice.
Yeah.
But maybe he's terrible. He's probably terrible. Anyways,
he went to space, right?
Elon Musk, yeah, I think once or twice.
No, the other guy.
Yeah. Jokes. It's like Voldemort. We can't say the name out loud.
I hope they all just decide to build their own subs and go underwater.
That's true. Worked out great last time.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Grand Archive Podcast. Name Lineage Break. Me do show. Name Cameron. This is Steven.
Hi, I Glooman.
Hello, everyone. Holy shit! What just happened?
The brain disconnect.
You ever just like have a stroke, like in real time? Yeah. Is it burning toast? Is that having a stroke?
Yeah. Do you smell
like,
toast?
Like eggs or something?
Do you smell toast?
No. I'm just like maybe a little hungry.
Oh.
I could like, I don't know, go for some toast, I guess. I could eat. We'll talk about that later. That's the most important part of the show. If you want to be part of the most important
apparently he's actually stroking out.
If you want to be part of the most important part of the show and figure out what we want to eat for lunch, you can check us here live, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's all we ask chat. We're like, hey, chat, we're hungry. What do we eat? And then somebody usually gives us a pretty good suggestion.
And like 90% of the time we take it.
Yeah. So it at least forwards the process, because the process is very difficult for Steve and I.
I just want you guys to know, like, if you care about me, and when we ask for lunch, you'll always say hot doogie every time.
I'm not convinced that you want to eat hot doogie. I'm not convinced.
I don't.
That's what you want.
I don't. But it's funny that you don't want it.
It's like a Brazilian gourmet hot dog place, which like sounds good,
right?
And so we tried it. It was not good.
But was it not good because it was 25 minutes away?
I think the dogs were bad. I think they made a bad dog, and they like put toppings on it, which like made you forget sometimes that you're eating a bad hot dog. But it was a bad hot dog.
But all hot dogs are innately bad.
Whoa. Hold. This is a Grand Archive Podcast. We live in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I know.
We have George's Coney Island hot dogs.
I understand.
Within driving distance.
Correct.
And those hot dogs are immaculate.
Yeah.
The greatest hot dog on earth.
Yeah. I agree.
And
but
so
I mean,
why
at the
aren't
end
I
of the
just
day,
eating Coney Island hot dogs?
Because that's still 20 minutes away.
Yeah,
we could just
like
be
really
doing
not that far. Yeah,
we could just do
you
that.
You want to eat some Coney? I do. Hey guys.
Show's canceled. We're going to Coney Island.
We talk here about that anime card game. This is one of our favorite weeks of Lineage Break. As we get these every so often, and I'm sure that you loyal viewers of the show love or hate when this happens. So, of course, let us know. We don't have a whole lot to talk about today. So we have a couple of points to cover, but lots of Lots of rambling.
We're-
A couple of soapboxes to stand on top of as well.
Do you want to get those out of the way?
No. I want to savor them for sure. But I think today, for at least a decent portion of the show, we want to talk a little bit about the path of silver.
Silver. Woo.
Now, Stephen, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
In regards to Path of Silver, which we will explain for those that are unaware what that means in a moment, I feel like we haven't really talked about it basically at all since episode 3.
3, yeah.
Where we talked about Path of Silver. That was for the first event. But it's not something that Steven and I typically participate in, and so it's usually not in our our realm of discussion, just because we're not super in tune with that.
I'm like a little amoeba living in the ocean,
Right.
and Path of Silver is not approachable for me, so it's not.
Well,
It's not something I really think about.
Stephen, that is where I'm here to tell you that you're wrong, and I think that's what we'll do today.
Oh,
And for you, Stephen, Path of Silver is approachable if you want to, and that's what it's all about. I think that Grand Archive does a really good job of. Grand Archive is doing a really good job, but of course, always improvements can be made. About allowing you to engage with the game in the way that you want, and I feel like that is somewhere where Voldemort, I know Magic the Gathering really succeeds, is that they have lots of avenues for you to engage with the game in the way that you want, digitally, physically, casually, competitively, whatever, right? They have lots of avenues for you to engage with the game, and obviously that does come with a 30-year history. But I think Grand Archive, in its short time on this earth, has been doing a good job in diversifying the avenues that you can interact with the game. And I think they could, of course, do more, but I think a lot of that comes with time. But one of those is the Path of Silver. So for anybody that is maybe new to GA or new to the sort of competitive circuit of GA, every month of the year, asterisk, but for the most part, every month of the year, there is an Ascent level event in the Grand Archive world. And at most of these Ascents, the only event is the Path of Steel. This is the tournament that you guys are probably familiar with. You show up to the Ascent, you sign up, you play a card game tournament. The winners of card game tournament get prizes. Crazy, I know. And so that's sort of anyone who has ever interfaced with a card game is familiar with that sort of structure, right? But once per region per season, so once in each of our regions of organized play, and then once each set release, there is a Path of Silver event. The one that we're talking about today is going to be at Ascent Santa Clara, which happens on December 7th. And Path of Silver is not a competitive event like the Path of Steel. It is an event for collectors where you submit a list of 50 cards. Anyone who is curious, if you go on the Grand Archive Index at index.gatcg.com, you can look up any card in the game, and on the right side, it will give you a thema score for that card. This is like a sort of fun flavor score that they give to every card in the game. And when you go to these Path of Silver events, you submit a list of 50 cards, and you add together all of these themas that these cards are worth, these nebulous lore points, as well as set bonuses for including certain cards in your list of 50 to get a total score, and then the people with the highest total score win the event. The thing that makes this a little bit more interesting than people just, researching for months ahead of time and submitting the perfect list is that the new set bonuses for the new set at each Path of Silver event are announced the day of the event. So you sort of have to bring everything with you, find out what set bonuses you want to accomplish on the day of the event, etc. So, does sound a little bit confusing, I know. And I do want to use you, Stephen.
Me?
You.
Oh.
Because, I talk a lot. As a sort of barometer for this, because as we mentioned earlier, this is something that Steve and I haven't traditionally participated in. And why is that, Stephen?
I think it's
aside from time, I guess that one is hard.
I think it's because, like most, I don't know if that's true. Most,
I think you are the most demographic
Right.
for Grand Archive.
I like playing the game, and like if I hit a shiny card, that's cool. But like that's not my main drive of playing the game. Like I am a collector, but I'm not like a whale, as they say. So I'm not hunting down CSRs. I'm not trying to fully foil my deck out. I'm not trying to get a full foil set of the current set or whatever. So I've always felt that the collector event just wasn't for me, right? It was for the people that were dedicated to collecting the cards and not actually, competing in the steel event, which is more of the drive that I have.
And I think something that does this sort of event like a bit of a disservice in Grand Archive is that everyone that attends these events, and especially these silver events, hears about the like overall top 8. Path of Silver does have their own Ascent spirits, so these like highly coveted stamped spirits. All of the Path of Silver ones are lost spirits, but I'm sure you guys have seen pictures and stuff, and we'll talk about one very cute promo a little bit later. But I think something that does the average player a disservice for the Path of Silver is that we always hear about these like top 8 submissions and these tiebreakers where people have 40, 50 CURs that they use for tiebreakers, right? And it makes the whole format feel like very unapproachable because in all intents and purposes, for the normal person, getting top 8 at a Path of Silver event is unattainable. With the current system, it is like basically impossible for anyone that has even like a modest collection. I would say even a like impressive collection is just absolutely unattainable for you to hit this like overall top 8, right? Which makes the whole event sort of feel unattainable because anyone that shows up to the Path of Steel, no matter how good their deck is or how good of a player they are, they feel like they have an equal chance to win, which they do, right? Have an equal chance to win the tournament. Obviously, skill comes into that, right? But when the Path of Silver is involved, you just like don't have the tools to win that sort of event unless you've spent, like 6 digits in this game, right? But something that I find really interesting about the Path of Silver and that I've been diving into a little bit, definitely this week as well, for reasons we'll mention, is that there is, unlike the Path of Steel, Path of Silver has like smaller rewards, which sort of encourages a more like wide participation than something like Path of Steel, where you basically only get something if you make day 2, which is going to be the top 32 of the event. But what they do for Silver is they have the overall top 8. So that's the Omega Giga Whales, right? The people that have these 6-digit collections and their giant piles of CURs. For each thema category, so there's 6 thema categories that give you points for each card. And each Path of Silver, 3 of those 6 are chosen to have top 8s. So rather than having an overall top 8, if you have an overall highest score in Charm or Grace or something, they have a promo for that. And those are also like highly coveted, usually in the like $1,200 to $1,500 range. And those are a little bit more attainable for like, I would say the people that have like nice collections, but not like insane 6-digit collections. People that like are active collectors for Grand Archive and do collect foils and stuff, but don't have to have every copy of every CSR and a giant stack of CURs to compete with. And then what I really want to talk about today is the section of rewards for the normal people. And Steve and I believe, both fall into the normal people category, where if you submit a list for Path of Silver that has an overall score of 40,000, you get a non-foil version of whatever the Ascent Path of Silver promo is. If you submit an overall score of 70,000, you get a foil version of said Path of Silver promo. And then if you submit a score of 100,000, you get a playmat of that art of the Path of Silver promo. And again, these numbers just like don't mean anything to anyone, right? But something that I think I would recommend that people look at if this is something that you're all interested in, especially when it comes to the larger events like Worlds is a big deal, and I highly encourage anybody that has the ability to go to any Grand Archive event that you go to Worlds. It's such a great experience. And that is a great experience for you to like dip your toes into something like Silver as well. But the 100,000 point like threshold to get all these promos, the cool foil, the non-foil, the playmat, is very attainable. Most of the points that you get in Path of Silver come from these set bonuses, and though all of the new set bonuses are only released on the day of the event, you can look at all of the previous set bonuses from previous sets, from previous events, and those do carry forward into whatever the future event is. So like you don't have to necessarily worry about like, oh, do I have all of the right cards from the new set? Because you're not looking to like win the event, right? You're looking to just like hit these thresholds to get these promo cards. And so you can make like educated guesses about what new set bonuses there will be, or you can just build a list completely with old set bonuses, which do get a little bit worse at each new event. But if you plan accordingly, I believe in you, chat, that you can do it, and you too,
me,
if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It is some work and it does require some like careful planning, but me and one of our locals, Sean, you guys might know Sean, Lineage Break Sean, now on all of the places.
Yep.
You might have seen him in a dress.
Yeah, he rused me,
the ruse, if you will. He and I have been looking into making Path of Silver submissions for Ascent Santa Clara, and I've actually had a ton of fun with it. I think the set bonuses are like really cute. It lets you think about the cards that you own and like the sort of like things that stand out in your collection, like, oh, I have a foil of this card, or I opened this CSR, maybe I can use that for my Path of Silver submission. And it only took me like 2 or 3 hours to find a list that I was like pretty comfortable with, using only previous set bonuses, none of the new stuff because we don't know what it is, to make a list that I think will hit that 100,000 point threshold when we go to Santa Clara. And I do have like a larger collection than Steve, but I'm also very lazy. And so I did my submission very, very lazily, and I think that I could have gotten away with a lot less shiny cards if I took more time and did some more as Chad says, competitive Excel spreadsheets to like figure out what the optimal submission is,
right?
Because that's how the Giga Omega whales win the event, right? Is they submit the optimal submission. But like if you do the same amount of work that they do, just with a much smaller collection, you can still optimize whatever it is that you have, right? Like it's all a math game, and if you guys like doing math and comparing numbers, which I don't because I'm stupid, but like there is a lot there, which I find really cool. So that's my Path of Silver spiel.
Yeah.
I've gotten into it recently.
Want to tell the chat why you've gotten into it?
Listen. All right. God, I just talk so much, Steve.
I know.
I talk so much.
Yeah, but this is
I'm
all
such a
about you.
talker.
This is all about you, my guy.
Such a talker. So, thank you guys for watching. I love that anyone watches the show. We do very much appreciate your support, Steve and I. And if we don't say that enough, we apologize, but we do very much appreciate your support. However, some of you out there, absolute villains, and using my words against me. And so there's been there's some people, a certain person from New Zealand, maybe a certain person that is on the playtest team, that have been taking some shots at your boy. All right, and there's been some memes going around this week that I keep choosing new wives, and Silidar asked if my neck hurts from spinning around so much, which is just truly cursed. And this was all spurred not from the Dao Chen stuff last week. And let me just be clear. All right. We play this silly anime game. I play this silly anime game for the anime girls. I know some of you guys play it for the text on the cards. That's not me, bro. I'm here for the pretty anime girls, you know?
Okay.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Steven.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. And hey,
All right.
I heard your wife
Yeah.
pretty good now.
That's true. And everybody who wants to tell me, you know, it's like, oh, this guy, he's always changing his mind and it's a new wife every week. Did you guys see me in Centrana? Who did I play? All right. I played Arisana both events. All right. I don't want to hear anybody saying that I'm not
third place
supporting.
in the Scrub Out event on Arizona.
I'm supporting my wife. But
It's an open marriage.
I'm a cleric player, and I want to be excited about the new cleric girl.
Yeah.
I understand that the Kongming thing was a little bit, you know, I've moved on. All right. Disingenuous. Listen, I like mage cards. I think Kongming's a very cool character. But Kongming was filling a hole in my life where I wanted a second champion to play.
There's Dao Chen.
And now it's Dao Chen. So I don't need
it was never about
all right.
It was never about Kongming. It was always about the Empower.
Yeah, I like mage cards. They're cool. I think Kongming's a really cool champion, and I think she's super cute. And it's okay for me to say that. That's all I'm saying. So
the reason why Cam wants to do Path of Silver
right.
is because the Path of Silver promo is Nascent Blast with a very cute girl on it.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of shit this week because they put out the new Silver Spirit, which is Morrigan Lost Spirit. Anybody who keeps up with promos or anything for Grand Archive, Morrigan Lost Spirit was the first ever Path of Silver top 8 promo for Ascent Houston. We were there. Mm-hmm. Crazy. However, this event in Ascent Santa Clara is also going to be Morrigan Lost Spirit. And you're like, reprints in my game. But she has new art, new artist. And they posted the picture of Morrigan Lost Spirit. And I was like, I think this is my favorite Path of Silver Lost Spirit yet. And that's it. I was like, she's cute. This is my favorite Path of Silver promo that they've done so far. Then everybody has to get all upset and be like, oh my God, he's going to buy a Morrigan? Why don't you spend $5,000 and buy this Lost Spirit? I just think she's cute.
So now he doesn't need to.
Is that okay?
Because he can get it. Because the girl in the Nascent Blast is also Morrigan.
But yeah, so the promo is Nascent Blast, which is a cleric mage card that I like a lot. I have been vocal on the show about how much I like Nascent Blast.
Not at first.
That's true. Well, I mean, at first that card sucks, and I mean, like, to be fair, in cleric right now, this card sucks. It's like categorically unplayable. But if you have access to Empower, which you do in Mage, and I think that we will get more access to Empower in cleric because I think Dao Chen is going to have that sort of Empower vibe to her. This card's really good, and it's really cool. It has a very good cleric vibe. That's sort of like memory manipulation, being able to get it back. Has some really cool synergy with Scale of Souls and Fan of Insight. Mm-hmm. So I really like this card. And promo's super cute. Yeah. Look how cute she is.
She is pretty.
She's so cute. And so when they announced the Thema promo being Nascent Blast, I decided, all right, I guess it's time to be a silver gamer. But I won't get the Thema top 8s. I think those are for people that are more dedicated than I am. I think that is an attainable goal, which is cool. Like, if I tried really hard, I think I could probably get a Thema top 8. Not with my current collection, but, like, if I made a plan to get a Thema top 8, I think that I could. It is, like, an attainable amount of, like, collector goal. Obviously, like, getting one of the spirits, I think, is probably unattainable for me. But it's cool to have something to work towards if, you know, I choose to continue down the Path of Silver. But I do think the overall 100K is, like, very, very doable. And imagine a playmat with that hot ass on it, you know?
I am going to be very jealous every time I sit down across from you after Santa Clara.
She's hot. And that's okay that she's hot. That's okay, Stephen. It's okay. All right?
Hey, it's okay. If you want to be in an open marriage, that's fine.
Listen, it's okay. Yeah. You know?
You got a wife right here. She's looking down at you every day.
She's cute, too. And I love her. I got a lot of love to give, Stephen. I got a lot of love to give. I just, you know, whatever. If they put me in this box and they're like, you can only buy cards that have this one character on it, like, what am I gonna do? You know, I need some variety in my life. That's not to say that I don't love Arisana, Steven. I do, but you know, whatever, right? So yeah, we're very excited for that. And so we'll have our lovely editor put them up on screen. We did get the Path of Silver promos for Ascent Santa Clara. Finally, it's like very close to that event. It's like a month away. So now we've seen the promos. That's very exciting. We had one more leak that I know that you wanted to talk about. A leak from known leaker.
I don't know. It just says leaks by Big Dumb Idiot.
Yeah.
And I loved that.
Yeah. So Big Dumb Idiot being Andy K from Yeti Gaming, host of the very popular Bestial Frenzies podcast. If you guys want to go watch the Bestial Frenzies podcast.
I think they have 3 episodes up.
It's a little bit more than that, but it's not much more. Go check out the Bestial Frenzies podcast. You can find it here on YouTube. Much like the Superhuman thing that we did before the show, make sure that you leave a comment on the most recent Bestial Frenzies podcast, which was a year ago, and say that Lineage Break sent you because we're such big fans.
Also tell them that you really would love to them to come back and make episodes.
Right. True. Yeah.
And make time in their busy schedules.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, what did Andy do?
So we have the judge playmat for this season. That means if you judge at an event, regionals,
do handstand. I can't do handstand. We don't have that guy here. He won't be here until later.
Yeah, but I'll send pictures. We have this beautiful judge playmat. I believe it's for regionals.
Just regionals. I think it's literally just regionals. Okay. You don't even get it at a sense. So you have to,
So if you judge a regionals, you get a playmat. And last season it was Academy Guide.
Super cute.
A very cute mat. This season is Heavenly Guide. And whoo boy, I love this mat.
This is your opportunity, Grand Archive community. There are 2 huge reasons for you to judge Grand Archive this season. It's to support the game and to support your community. And you get this playmat. Yeah. 2 huge reasons for you to take that judge test.
Hi, Lineage Break Steve here.
Hi, Judge Test.
Will not be participating in the Lineage Break Regionals. I will be judging it specifically to get this mat.
As long as you pass your judge test.
Yeah, I got to pass my judge test. I keep failing by 1 question.
It's a hard test, man. And you shouldn't be discouraged out there. Neither should you. It's a hard test.
It's a hard test. And, like, it's tough. It's tough. Anyways, I'm going to pass it tonight, and I'm going to get this judge mat.
Yeah, she's super hot. 2 huge reasons. Support your community. Support Grand Archive.
Correct.
That's the reasons for sure. It is I think the only sad part about this new playmat is that the entry stuff for new regionals is so cool.
Yeah.
And so like the judges will miss out on getting it's a binder this time.
Yeah.
They're very, very cool. We have them in-house. We've seen them with our eyeballs. I didn't leak anything, unlike, Andy, but I have seen the product. They are in hands, and those binders are super cool. Yeah. They're like very, very nice.
Luckily there'll be plenty of regionals in our area.
We are blessed in that regard.
Right.
That we don't live in like Dubai.
I'm not
whatever,
going
where
to.
There's only the one regional.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss out on getting my binder, but boy, I want this playmat.
It's a good one. They actually didn't send me these, otherwise I probably would have leaked it. They're like in a separate shipment or something, and so I didn't know until we saw the Andy thing. But we like to blame Andy. It's fun that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are coming up soon as well. I think regionals. We have one in the next couple of weeks.
I think there's one this weekend. I think
yeah,
Virginia
maybe
is this weekend.
Yeah, it's either this weekend or the next one.
Yeah.
They are coming up. It's going to be a tight schedule for all of you regional goers. Of course, the holidays are coming up, right? And I don't remember particularly, did we have a season that was running currently last holiday? I don't think we did,
because
right?
ALC came out after.
Yeah, ALC was
because we were still getting spoilers on the holiday stream, right?
Yeah. ALC was like what? It was like
the end of January.
End of January, yeah. So we hadn't even had an Omnidex season yet. We did have we had what, FTC Store Champs?
Yep.
But there was there was regionals as well, right? Because there was DOA regionals.
Well, yeah, but
did we run
no.
FTC regionals?
No,
I think we did.
I don't.
I don't know. It all blurs
It's been
together.
a while.
Can you believe that this game has been around for what now, 2 years or something?
Oh boy.
And I just feel old. There was a tweet that went out from the Grand Archive account that is also in chat. Hello, Grand Archive. Whoever it is, I know it's one of you. It's probably Syl if he's telling us to do handstands.
Yeah.
But there was a tweet on the Grand Archive Twitter that was like, it was a picture of one of the demo decks, and it was like, how did you get in the Grand Archive? And a bunch of people have replied to it. Do backflip. Yeah, thanks. To address the backflip issue, by the way, for anyone who's not in on all of the inner workings of the Lineage Break crew, which you shouldn't be, if you go to the Grand Archive Instagram account, there was a lovely photographer doing some filming. I'm not sure if they worked for the company or not. I didn't catch their name. I don't know if they were working for the organizer or if they were working for the company, but regardless, on the Grand Archive Instagram,
You can see my beautiful face.
you can see Steve's beautiful face. It like pans right by the side of his face. It's really good. Somebody took some footage of Ascent Toronto, which we were at, but also our entire locals was at. Like 16 people from our locals went to Ascent Toronto. And one of those, his name is Devin. You guys will see Devin in that video on Instagram do a backflip. Devin is a professional gymnast. And he really wants us all to know that he's a professional gymnast. And does take several opportunities to show us that he is a professional gymnast.
And will do anything you tell him
Yeah.
if asked.
So yeah, if you ask him to do a backflip, he's probably asking you if you want to see him do a backflip. Probably not the other way around.
Just ask him in the middle of the game, he'll get up and do it.
And so I don't want to give away too much of the bit. But anyone who is watching this show right now, internalize this. That I'm going to do my best to have Devin doing a backflip in all future spoiler videos. Just like in the background.
Yeah.
Like through the window, out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like doing a backflip.
Like if you've watched our spoiler videos, we always have that opening shot of the store.
It'll just be
it'll be in the corner, he'll be doing a backflip.
So you guys can look out for our friend Devin doing a backflip. Maybe I'll see if I can get him to do one tonight, and I'll post it on Twitter. So you guys watch out for Twitter. I'll get Devin doing a backflip tonight. What was I talking about before we went on this whole backflip rant?
I don't remember.
Oh right, Grand Archive posted this a post about like when did you start playing Grand Archive, and a bunch of people replied to it. It was like a very sobering moment. Where I was like, oh, I think I have a demo deck lying around somewhere, and I found the demo deck I have lying around somewhere, and it's the 2022 demo deck, and I was like, oh no, it's almost 2025 now, Steven. I've been playing this game for a long time.
Yeah.
Over 2 years, and
yours was sealed still.
Oh yeah. I kept one sealed because it's a relic of the past.
Mine is opened and the box is fucked.
But yeah, we started. It's not last winter, and it was the winter before that, right? It was winter time, I think, when we started.
It was December 2023 when you told me about it.
Yeah. So two whole years now, right?
Yeah, because you're
2023,
right.
We're in 2024 now.
No, 2022.
2022, I think.
Yeah, December 2022. Because, I was playing Modern.
Yeah. Ha. What a joke.
That format doesn't exist anymore.
That's true. So yeah, we're very proud of where Grand Archive has come and is going. I'm very excited for. This was officially announced. I figured out, so we can talk about it a little bit. It's like on the Santa Clara event page that they're going to be doing the holiday stream for Santa Clara in some sort of time. I don't know if that's going to replace the closing presentation or if they're going to do it beforehand. All of that is very unclear to me, but I'm very excited for the holiday stream. I love I love to hear about the year in review.
Always enjoying it.
So we're very excited for that. Coming up just a little bit. It's like a month from But yeah, that's all the newsy news that we have to talk about. I'm glad we got to talk about silver a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm actually very excited.
Yeah.
I
think we should give it more attention, right?
Yeah.
Because like you were saying while we were talking about it, I think a lot of people are afraid. Like like myself. Like I didn't know that, there was these thresholds that existed that you still get stuff for entering.
And I think it shouldn't be understated that people that are like, and this is a very trading card game stance, but people are always very concerned with like value, right? That's a very trading card game thing. And if you do this like amount of work to get your 100,000 overall silver, you get a playmat, you get a foil promo, you get a non-foil promo. You also had to enter the event, so you get all of the stuff for entering an event, like you would if you got a regular steel ticket or whatever, right? But just for getting 100K, you get this playmat, you get this promo, you get this non-foil promo. And if we use the last promos as a like barometer, the reprogram promos that came out in Singapore, I believe. We have a friend who bought a reprogram playmat and non-foil promo, and he got a killer deal. He paid like $250, and I believe that the foil versions of that same promo themselves are going for around $250. So like you make this 100K, you spend $60 on your ticket, you get $500 in promos.
Right.
It's like pretty huge, and so I think something that people should just like keep an eye on, and like if you have the time, or if you end up like scrubbing out of the Saturday event and you happen to have bought a silver ticket, it's something that you should consider. Maybe you have some friends that are going that are not going to play in the main event and can just like do something fun with their time, because it is like a pretty fun event, and it feels a little bit strange when you're doing it at home by yourself, but I've always been a huge fan of the like tables of people, like laying out their cards and figuring out what their perfect submission is and talking to all their friends and trading at trade night to be like, oh, I really need this foil common to complete my submission or whatever. I think they're super, super cool. So I think you guys should definitely keep an eye out for silver stuff. And you too, Stephen.
Me too.
When we go to Worlds and they'll have a silver event, maybe consider,
maybe.
Just throwing in a little submission here and there. They've made it easier. It's all on Omnidex now, so it's not nearly as cumbersome as it used to be.
I will do it so you can buy my promo.
Hey, thanks. Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. So if you were going to be at Santa Clara and you want to sell me your foil Nason Blast, please do. Thanks. I want those. Yeah, that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We should be back next week.
Yeah.
But you do us a favor. Chat. Loyal Lineage Break viewers. Break
Nation, if you will.
If you will. Let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about.
Right.
Because when we don't have a whole ton of news to talk about, you don't want to have to listen to me moan for 30 minutes about whatever it is I'm upset about.
We'll talk about literally anything. You just give us a topic.
Well, ideally Grand Archive related.
Yeah, Grand Archive or adjacent.
If you give us a non-Grand Archive topic, the worst thing is we will talk about it, and it'll take up the entirety of the show, and nobody wants that. I mean, we want that, but like, yeah.
I mean, like, you guys want to talk about Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Or
no,
Gundam?
No. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank
We will see you
next week.
Woo.
Woo.
Woo. I would like to do deck techs. The problem with make a tier list.
What kind of tier list, Poro?
Make a lunch tier list.
Yeah.
The problem with like deck techs and like tier lists, if we're talking about like archetypes and stuff, is that like, I don't know, we kind of suck. Yeah. So like I never feel confident like putting out a deck tech or whatever when I'm like, but I don't have any accolades to prove that you should listen to me. Like, why are we making a tier list and be like, you should listen to these two guys that scrub out of all of the events that they go to? We are the comedic relief. We are not so much the the giga gamers that win all the events.
Our claim to fame is first and most consistent podcast.
That is true, and hopefully mildly entertaining.
Yeah, hopefully we get a good couple chuckles out of you while you're enjoying your
tee-hee or two. 1 or 2 teehees. Do cleric simp tier list. That's true.
Oh, that's way easier.
That is hard.
It's not
easy at all. That's very difficult.
Oh, for me, it's super easy.
Yeah.
It's just the girl on what's that card? Indolent Leisure.
I don't know if she counts though. I think she's a mage.
But that's a cleric mage card, right?
That is true, but she's also on Thunderclap, which is just a mage card. So I think she's probably a mage.
Oh, well.
She's hot though.
She's like, I need her.
They call her Sorry Girl on the internet.
Is that true?
Yes. So I just refer to her as Sorry Girl.
I need her as a real card, like a champion or something, man. Like you can't make a character that hot and then just like, not give me a name.
Yeah, I think starter content is good. I've like wanted to do it for a long time. If you go through my notes on my iPhone, I have several like scripts written for like short form entry content, but I've never gotten around to it. So I'm stupid. Yeah, there used to be a lovely man that would do meta breakdowns for recent regionals, but he died, so it's a shame. Rav used to do breakdowns for all of the regionals. That's fair. But that man's dead, so rest in peace. We love you.
I know. We a lot of our friends have died over the last year, so.
But yeah, I can't rank the cleric girls. I think it would be too hard. There's too many, and I love them all equally. This one, she counts.
She's on the bottom.
I would never do that. See, that's the problem. Like the top parts are easy. It's like, who do you put on the bottom? And it's like picking a favorite child. I don't know that I can do that.
Oh, I could easily. Let's Blanche on the bottom.
She's so special to us, Steven. That's our first spoiler card right there.
Yeah, I know she is.
Show some respect. All right.
The most important question.
She's a woman of the cloth.
The most important question of the day, chat.
Yeah.
What are we eating for lunch today?
Yeah, what are we eating for lunch, chat? I'm kind of hungry.
I'm kind of hungry. I don't know if I could do sushi. I know I saw Devin mention sushi, but
Devin always wants to eat sushi.
Nah.
I had a.
Also, I saw something. Devin, you said that he's a better Devin than you. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
That's not true. Coney Island hot dog would go hard. It's like 30 minutes away.
You just can't get it delivered. Yeah. I eat McDonald's every day in my life, poor. I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Devin, you are the most important Devin in the Lineage Break community.
Speaking of sushi, now that we're in the not show, so only the true dedicated gamers get to hear this before I like private the VOD and nobody remembers.
Well, Poro's here now, so you're getting clipped.
Oh, it's perfect. I'm flaming somebody else. I had a conversation with Theo, Mr. Grand Archive developer, in regards to sushi. I don't know if you knew this, but we learned this recently. That I know you know this. They don't know this.
Stop recommending Olive Garden. We will never go to Olive Garden.
That Theo is allergic to fish.
Yeah.
Or at least like has some sort of like aversion
to it,
fish and hates it, makes him throw up. And he says, as a token white person in the Grand Archive development team, he has to fight tooth and claw to not eat sushi at every event. Very funny.
It's like, I would like to have a bowl of white rice, please.
So if you guys want to bring Theo a snack at the next descent, bring him California rolls. He loves sushi. Is that salmon? I don't even remember what's in a California roll.
Like a regular California roll?
Yeah.
I think it's just like cream cheese.
Yeah, you can like actually just probably eat that. Right?
It's like rice, cream cheese, and cucumber.
Sushi is good. It feels really bad. I commiserate. Sushi is good.
Yeah.
And I would be sad if I couldn't eat sushi.
I've been really craving eel.
Yeah.
But like the only place you can get like good eel is if you go to the Conveyor Belt sushi place.
Mm.
There's one in Framingham, and I had mentioned it, and I want to make Travis go with me.
Mm.
But yeah, I really want eel. I love it. I love unagi.
I don't know that I've ever had eel.
It's so good.
I could probably eat eel, right? I assume so. It's like a bottom-feeding wiggly fish.
Yeah, it's not like a crustacean or anything.
Yeah, I'm shellfish allergic. I can't eat crab. I love crab. Crab's so good. Can't do it.
I love me some crab. I prefer crab to lobster, which is, it's like a hot take, right?
Well, it's a hot take up here, but like nobody gives a shit about
right
New England lobster rolls.
I just like lobster's all right.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had eel.
Eel is delicious. Eel's like an act like It's like cooked and like they put like they call it eel sauce, but it's just like a Japanese barbecue sauce on it. It's really good.
I'm into that. Maybe I'll try some eel, see if it kills me. But not today. No sushi.
No sushi. I'm not in a sushi mood.
No. What are you in the mood for, Steven? Lobster take is an L. We're from Massachusetts. I think that's allowed, right?
What? Lobster taking it out?
To just like, it's like if somebody from Texas or whatever says they hate barbecue, I'm like, well, that's your right.
Right.
You know? You would know.
Yeah.
But
like also,
Poro in the mood for some Popeyes.
Dude,
I do
love Popeyes.
But there's no fucking Popeyes around here. We have to like eat KFC, and KFC is distinctly worse.
Right.
Popeyes
There
is
a Popeyes, but it's like awkwardly too far.
Yeah, it's like
It's
outside.
It's like just outside of Acton.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Popeyes goes crazy.
Dude, I love Popeyes. Oh God, now I want Popeyes. Or Dave's Hot Chicken. We could do Dave's Hot Chicken.
We do Dave's, yeah. I had Dave's recently.
I haven't. I've never had it, and we were gonna have it the first time coming back from Toronto. But
we do have Canes. We actually have a Canes in our city. It's like 10 minutes away.
They just put it in actually. Like,
and it's okay.
A year ago, 2 years ago.
I think my hot take. I don't love the cane sauce.
My hot take is I love Cane's chicken.
They make good chicken.
I hate everything else about it.
Yeah, the fries suck.
The fries suck.
Coleslaw's
not great. The sauce is fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the meta move is for those of you who are around?
No slaw double bread.
I don't even like the bread.
I get the bread.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand. You're giving me like a partially
like a hot dog roll.
Yeah, you're giving me a partially toasted hot dog roll that I don't get it.
What's a weird take that we don't like Cane's? Dave's is good. Dave's is better than Cane's.
I agree. Well, I don't agree. Actually, I've never had it.
He doesn't know, but he will.
But the Coup is better than it.
Yeah, but that's like a local place, right?
Yeah. However, the meta take is you go to Cane's, you get the chicken tenders.
You drive over to Chick-fil-A.
And then you drive across the street to Chick-fil-A and you get your fucking large waffle fry and your fucking lemonade.
And your Chick-fil-A sauce.
And your Chick-fil-A sauce.
That goes kind of crazy.
That is the meta move.
That is kind of the meta move. They're right across the street from each other. Here in Marlborough, Massachusetts. If you want to go to Raising Cane's and also Chick-fil-A
in Marlborough, Massachusetts, come to your Webway Regionals January 18th.
January 18th. You know what? I have a bone to pick. Not really, but like it's fun that way.
What?
One true champion, Caben Schwarzentruber.
Oh.
After ours was scheduled, I'm pretty sure, has now scheduled Michigan, they're from Michigan, right? Michigan Regionals on the 18th of January.
How dare you?
He is once again dodging making the trip to Massachusetts.
Yeah.
He's too scared of Trent.
Yeah.
Trent is too powerful.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Might be a state diff. Cane's in Cali sucks ass.
I don't know.
Cane's lemonade is good.
It
does actually go.
I have a bunch of friends that live in Texas and they swear by Cane's. And then when we got one, it was good.
Yeah. It's the
Trent effect.
It's always the new restaurants though, right?
Right.
Like they try harder and then like 6 months in they give up.
I think Cane's is still fine.
Whatever.
I think it's still fine.
It's fine. Their chicken is good.
Yeah.
I don't think that they can fix it. That's my problem with Cane's. They have no variety. And so, like, if you don't like the Cane's food, which is one food, there's nothing you can do about it. If you, like, go to Chick-fil-A and you're like, I don't like the chicken sandwich, you're like, well, you could get, like, the grilled chicken, or you could get some nuggets.
Their grilled nuggets go hard.
But you just don't have any, don't have any recourse.
Oh, no, Texas going to Michigan.
Texas also topped every regional this year, so he's a liar. But whatever. When is LB visiting Florida? When they give you an ascent, Devin, we'll be there. But I can't justify traveling across the country for regionals.
If the flight to Florida is $100 or less, I will fly down to Florida.
I just can't take the time off.
That's fair.
When we don't have like it's Worlds. Is that the next thing that we don't know? Yeah. It's like Nationals and Worlds.
Yeah.
But like if I was a betting man, I assume Nationals is going to be
Houston.
at Game Guys in Houston.
Yeah.
So like we just don't know where Worlds is, and they're not going to put Worlds in Florida. No offense to you Florida people, but woo,
Could you imagine?
that sounded offensive,
You-
and I only meant it a little bit.
Deb, you keep dangling this Disney attached to me, and it like almost makes me want to come down there because I've never been to Disney.
Ugh.
And like, if I can get into Disney for free, which is, I'd go hang out at Disney.
People that have like never been to Disney, it feels like to me like what I got out of that statement was I've never been to the DMV before. Like that's how Disney sounds.
But I don't want to go on the rides or anything, so I would never. I'm not a rides guy.
You just want to go to the DMV.
Nah, I just want to go drink at that like.
You want the $30 cocktails
Yeah.
around the world? You want to buy the $30 cocktail?
I do, yeah. I've never been. You keep shitting on it. I've never been.
I've never been either. I have no desire.
You know, I went to Universal
Disney.
and that was sick.
I'm sure that was sick.
But like, not like the one in Florida. I went to the one in Hollywood, which is like, there's like some rides, but it's like you do a backstage tour of like the Universal lot.
Sure.
It's sick.
I would love to go to the spooky one. I think I would like that. They do that at Universal,
the
right?
horror night or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, they do it for Halloween. I think that would be cool. But Lions, the amusement park. Yeah, I'm just not a big amusement park guy. One Lineage Break Trevor is a big amusement park guy, but it's
I'm a big a social drinking guy.
I'm a big alcoholic guy. My favorite activity is not remembering last night.
I like being drunk in public.
And if you guys have seen Steve at an event, you know it. You know that's true. Woo, trade night. Woo.
Trade night.
Woo.
I was never again. Never again.
Path of Fun enjoyer. Vegas too. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
I am a Path of Fun enjoyer quite a bit.
Yeah, we enjoy having fun. We like fun. All right. I mean, all right. So we're going to Dave's? That's the plan?
Yes, we heard about the cactus story.
Dude, that's fucked up. I don't
That
know.
is like not like
I don't know what's worse, if it's Cactus or Bob. I think Bob is worse.
yeah, I think
The doubling down is definitely worse.
yeah.
I heard it was unsolicited. Like Bob had nothing to do with the other Cactus
Correct.
incident.
It was just like separate,
Just absolutely heinous. We probably shouldn't tell that one on stream, but
yeah, we won't go into it, but
poor Trent.
poor Trent. That's like I don't know if I could be friends after that.
Yeah, that's fair. Need to take him to Japan. Maybe. When? All I'm saying, right? Grand Archive, the TCG is maybe still here in chat. I don't know. They put out a tweet, right? This was like circa 2 weeks ago. That was like, if you had to, I believe it was worded exactly, if you had to travel internationally to an ascent, where would you go? And ubiquitously, I think like 95% of the replies, granted it was maybe like 20 replies or something, but 95% of them were either my backyard. I believe that was Steve's answer.
No, I said Boston.
Yeah, my
I
backyard.
should have just said North Cal.
Or Japan.
Yeah.
Like it was either exactly where I'm at because I don't want to travel, which is unrealistic, or Japan. And so, what do you think the odds are? You know,
I don't know.
ascent Japan.
What
do you think the odds are
Japan?
that Worlds is in Japan?
I've already like made discussions with people that if it is international, that they will give me a loan for the travel.
Grand Archive, if you're here, Silidar. I know. Or Travis, but I know Travis doesn't have any power in that regard. If Worlds is in Japan, please, dear God, please, I beg you, let us know in Santa Clara, because it will be too late if we wait longer than that.
Yeah.
Please give me my 5 months or whatever to plan, because any shorter than that is criminal for that sort of international travel. So, not to say that that's the case, but it could be. I think it'd be tough. I don't know. Who's a world traveler? How bad is the like travel from like Singapore, Taiwan, those like other Southeast Asian countries, how bad is the travel to Japan? Because like realistically, if we were going to do an international event for something like Worlds, like surely should be in like Taiwan or something, because the community is so huge.
Right. I don't think it's too bad, right?
But if it's like a hop, skip, and a jump for them, then it's like a little bit more reasonable.
Right. Like just ask Trent. Right?
But I don't know.
Like
I
think his flight was like
from Singapore to
it was like 4 or 5
hours. It was like us flying to Cali or whatever. Yeah. Because like surely if we're supporting any like SEA community, it should be like Taiwan over there is huge. Because like the community in Japan is very small, I think.
Right.
Are their cards in English? Yeah, so all of their cards are in English. They actually do they do a really crazy thing over in Japan, at least. Because like Singapore, and I guess Taiwan is predominantly Chinese, like Mandarin, right? But Singapore is like predominantly English. So Singapore is like fine with using English cards. But in Japan, when Trent was there, they do this crazy thing where they've printed like really nice proxy versions of all of the cards they play, or at least a large portion of them, that have like the English text and then the Japanese text like above it for all of their cards. Like super crazy.
They also nickname everything.
Yeah, I think that's more of a Singapore thing because they're like English is a little bit different than ours. So yeah, there's lots of like nicknames for cards to sort of like word association to like remember what they do. Right, because like it's like any of you who have ever played any game in a language that you don't understand. Like I've played plenty of games in Japanese, and you just have to like memorize what the card does. I'm not like looking at the Japanese characters and be like, oh, that's what it says. I remember now because I can't read the language, right? So you have to like do word association to remember what cards do. And that was a big thing in like White Shores. That's why there's so many like community keyword nicknames, because you have to like sort of colloquially remember what card text does.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, there's a guy that just hand translated every card, and I've seen a bunch of the proxies that have the like text printed above them. They're super cool. So like shout out to them. I understand from the developer standpoint, it's like very hard for them to print in another language. That's like kind of a nightmare scenario. So I think we're like probably pretty far off from localization. So it's really up to the community leaders to do that. Very much hard work to translate cards. So shout out to the Japanese community. That would be super cool.
I'm also bringing my entire collection if I go to Japan.
Yeah, just sell dungeon guides for millions of dollars.
Yeah, because they don't really have a lot of product over there.
That's a supply issue. I think I heard from somebody, I don't remember who it was, but that like the only way that Japan gets product is that they buy sealed product from like New Zealand stores, because they don't have a distributor in Japan that distributes the game. So they're a little xenophobic over there, I think.
A little bit, yeah. Oh,
which is unfortunate. At least I don't want to generalize. I mean, the distribution network is very hard to like break in as an American game, I would assume. Will there be a second A and B wave? I don't work for the company, so I don't know. But I think the second wave is fake.
Yeah,
I believe.
I have no thought process on this. I've seen people posting about it, but
anecdotally, I think the second wave is fake. I from a not an inside the company perspective, so please take anything that I say with a grain of salt. I have no affiliation with Weebs of the Shore in any official capacity. But from somebody who runs an LGS, I can tell you from that inside angle that I believe when people say the second wave, it is like Southern Hobby is getting their product in 2 waves from Weebs or whatever. But Southern Hobby, I know for a fact, has allocated all of their product for their second wave because they gave us allocation information for a second wave of product. So like, is there a second wave? Maybe. But that second wave is not going to be available to the public. It is going to get reallocated to people that probably lost their allocation in the first place. So, like, we got allocated a certain amount of boxes in Wave 1, and they said, you will get this many boxes in Wave 2, but that was part of our initial allocation. So anyone who's looking for, like, a big influx of product, I don't think that's going to happen. So everyone keep your expectations in check.
Mm.
That there will not be a big rush of A&B product, but maybe some stores that already ordered it, like if you have an LGS that carries Grand Archive, and they like got a bunch of A&B product, they might get like a little trickle of a bit more, but I wouldn't expect a large wave of product. But I'd only heard that from Soho, and I don't trust Soho as far as I can throw them. So, and I've not heard anything from my other distributor, which makes me assume that they just probably handled their allocations better and put it all out in one wave. But I don't know. But none of that is official. Please,
Yeah.
please. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Please. Thank you. You're asking me all sorts of development questions. I don't know, man. Can we expect the Academy program to be available in other countries? I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't even know anything about the Academy program, really, so. Could be cool.
Would be cool.
Other countries are cool. Taiwan would be great. I don't know that Taiwan even needs the help, though. They're so good at growing their own community.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. They're doing great.
We need it.
Yeah, we need some more boots on the ground over here.
Yeah.
But Taiwan's nailing it. It's just because they're so like tightly knit, right? Like it's such a small country comparatively.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to migrate people to one location, to regionals for 200 people or whatever. Can you convince weebs to ascend Florida? If I can't convince them to run one in the Northeast, I certainly cannot convince them to run one in the Southeast. All I'm saying, White Plains, New York, pretty nice. Newark, New Jersey, pretty nice.
Not nice, but doable.
I know games that don't have paid entries to their events that run events at White Plains, New York, and so surely the venue can't be that expensive if they literally don't charge an entry fee. That's all I'm saying.
Richmond, Virginia, pretty nice.
That one's probably a little bit harder.
Yeah, I've never been. I don't know.
Getting people to drive across Houston is hard enough. I know, dude. It's huge. Texas is the size of our entire New England.
Yeah.
It's cursed.
Yeah.
Like us driving to New Jersey, which is
I
2 states away or whatever, is the same amount
Right.
of time for you to drive to
Dallas.
Yeah.
I had I've told the story before, I think, but one of the time, I think it was for nationals. One of the times I had I'd been talking to a friend who lives in the Dallas area, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like I'll be in Texas like on these dates. Like we should get to we should get together and get some dinner or something." And then we did the math, and they were like 6 hours away. I'm like, "This is the same state."
It's ridiculous. It's too big.
Yeah.
We should have several smaller Texases. What if Texas was like 3 states?
That makes sense.
Could be cool.
Could be cool.
What if they seceded?
Would be bad because all my friends that live in Texas.
We could have Tex and ass. Yeah. I want to live in ass. That's my favorite state. Stupid.
Yeah.
What a stupid joke. All right, we should really go and like order food.
Yeah, we're hungry.
Hey, I forgot the whole thing, but you guys don't need the whole rigmarole. The last week's podcast will be up at 2.
Yeah.
So I have to go schedule that so that it goes live at 2. But I didn't do that at the end of the show because I'm stupid. So, hey, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe a little bit late, but we'll be here. We're always here.
I'm Steve Gluman. Thanks for watching Disney Channel.
Come on. Oh, yeah, there it is. Where Theo podcast? I've been so busy I haven't edited it. It's sitting on a memory card. It'll come out eventually. It was very short, and Theo, I think, lost his podcast touch. He just can't talk about anything anymore.
Yeah, it's fine.
Poor Theo. No, I love Theo, and it'll be great. I want to stop bullying him, except for when I bully him.
I don't.
What?
Just bully developers.
He's a nice guy. Theo podcast is with the Devin podcast for sure.
Yeah.
No, the Devin podcast. I think I might have found the Devin.
He
podcast.
found it, but like it's like scuffed.
It's just it's buried. Well, maybe when Next Worlds comes around, we'll do the podcast rewind, and
Yeah.
I'll upload the old cursed one, and then we'll record a new cursed one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Theo podcast probably, I don't know, like middle of the week if I get around to it on my day off. I only had one whole day off this week, so I was pretty busy.
Yep.
All right. Hey, see you guys next week.
Have a good one, guys.
Kisses. So, Dave's.
Yeah, Dave's.
Dave and his hot chickens.
Yep.
What the hell is this? Hololive announcement. What the?